Man. Gotta hand it to you, babe. You really were right. Today is just perfect. Hell of a day to go outside and get some fresh air, you know? These are my favorite kind of days. It's a little cool outside, but the sun is warming up everything just perfectly. So you just are in this perfect niche of enjoying yourself, but also wanting to see the sun and wanting to cool off and wanting to see the sun again and wanting to cool off. No, you're right. Maybe this is a little bipolar of the weather. Then just go ahead, babe. Sweetheart, look, I know. But just take my hand. If you want to hold my hand, just take it. Why not? Yeah. I know we're not in a totally safe place to be able to hold hands in public or do anything remotely PDA-ish in public. Damn it, I don't care right now. Everybody else out here gets to enjoy themselves, why can't we? I'm not talking about laying you on your back on this bench and having sex with you. I just want to hold your hand. No, you're right. You're right. It's not something we can do right now because it's not a safe place for us to do it. I hate this. I don't regret being here because that's how I met you, but I hate the constant caution we have to take with everything. I know. We made a promise. One of these days, we would move to a friendlier LGBTQ city and march around holding hands, kissing, whatever we wanted to. I know he said we do that. It's just... You're scared? Why are you scared? Label. What do you mean? You're scared of people judging our relationship? Babe, I could honestly give two shits what people think about our relationship. It's not really something we need to worry about anyway, you know? Because we don't need labels. People don't need labels. That's just the dumb part of society that says that we have to have them. We don't have to have anything. We can just be who we are. And if people judge us for our relationship, well, Fuck them. I mean it. Because I'm not gonna sit here on this beautiful day in this park having this discussion about public displays of affection and wanting to hold your hand and kiss you and do all of these things and have you be worried what people think about it. I know. No, you're right. You're right. That completely contradicts the point I was making earlier. No, you're right, but listen. One of these days, this is not the norm. The stuff we're talking about, being afraid to hold hands, labels, all that stuff, that's not going to be normal. One of these days, we're going to be able to walk through a park and hold hands, and just hold hands, and it's not going to be weird to people. And one of these days, we won't have to move to a big city, a friendlier city, just so people don't stare at us. I want it too. Look, I don't care what people say about our relationship. I don't care what they call us. I don't care what slur they throw at us. I don't care what suspicions they have if they think they're right. I only care about you. I only care about how it affects you. If I can be the body shield that blocks all of those words away from you so you don't have to hear them, I will be. Look, you're all that matters to me. I would hold your hand right now if I could. But you are all that matters to me. How you feel about us is the only thing that matters to me. How you feel about me is the only thing that matters to me. Okay? And one of these days, we're going to be in a park, and I'm just going to be able to stop you and kiss you like I want to. And it might not be now, and it might not be next week, and it might not be in the next 4 years. But it will happen eventually. Okay, I love you so much. And honestly, there's not a ton of people around right now, so I'm gonna take your hand. No, I'm taking your hand. Just this one time. Sweetheart, we're gonna do this. This is gonna be okay, right? PDA and labels and all that stuff. We're bigger than that. We're bigger than hate. Our love is better than hate. I believe it, and I know you do too. Okay? Yeah. I don't know. This started as a conversation about public displays of affection, labels and such, and then we got to this point. I mean, we feel better about it though, right? I mean, I do. Do you? Okay, well then, that just tells me that we're gonna be okay. We know there's bigger things out there. So just worry about that. And hey, I love sitting out here with you. I love spending this time with you. There might not be a whole hell of a lot that we can have in public, but we can make the most of what we have, right? Like, for example, I can very casually lift my arm and put it over the back of the bench. And no one would know if I was just reclining and soaking in the sun, or if I was actually putting an arm around your shoulders, but just keeping my arm on the bench. But you know better. That's true. No one would know that you leaning just a little bit closer to me would mean that you'd be snuggling right into my side. That's absolutely true. We can play our game. We know who we are. And as long as you're fine with it for the time being, that's all that matters to me. Okay? Yeah. No, you're right. I love the real thing, too. Maybe when we get home later? Yeah. Sounds good.